is financial statement, we are in the position to judge the character of a particular person. Now, how can we check the character of a customer? If we check the bank statement, then we can check the character. How can we check the character? Suppose a person has taken loan from any bank, and if he is paying regularly, then it should be reflected in his financial statement or the bank account. When we check the bank account, it is reflected that customer is paying on time or not. And sometimes, if suppose a customer doesn't have any type of bank loan, then if he is having the credit card, then a statement of credit card will be sufficient to show the as attitude of the customer. If he is paying on time credit card company, then he has the character to pay on time. And if he has the character and he has the habit to pay on time, then it will be very easy for us to collect the fund from the customer. On the same time, sometimes we also take the help of billings of the customer. If customer is having bill of electricity and telephone bill, we can check the character of the customer. If a customer is paying bill regularly before time, it means he has the habit to pay before time. Then it means the character of the customer is good for us. So there will be not a problem to give credit to this type of the customer. Second thing is the capacity. Capacity means financial ability to pay. Now suppose you are giving a credit to a customer of rupees 50 lakh, but he doesn't have the financial ability to pay. Now how can you collect the fund from the customer? Financial ability means the earning capacity. Earning capacity is a reflection of financial ability. Now suppose if you are giving a credit of rupees 50 lakh and the person is earning 10 lakh rupees per annum, then how is possible then he will be able to pay in a short span of time? If a person is earning rupees 10 lakh per annum, then we may assume that he may save maximum rupees 5 lakh per annum. So if you are giving a credit of rupees 50 lakh to a person who is earning rupees 10 lakh and he can save rupees 5 lakh, then he needs time of rupees 10 lakh to pay your debt. So this is the capacity. On the other hand, if you are giving a credit to a person who is earning rupees 1 crore per annum, it means he has the financial ability to pay in a short span of time. And whenever we have to check the capacity, we have to check if the person to which you are giving credit, we have to check Form 16, income statement, you can say salary slip and bank account, by which you can ascertain how much salary the person is getting and how much amount he has to spend to run their life without any problem, and how much financial fixed expenses he has to pay. If any type of the loan he is having, then how much amount of EMI is payable on monthly basis or quarterly basis or monthly basis EMI, and sometimes a contribution is made on the quarter basis, and sometimes many contributions are made on yearly basis also. So whenever you had to give credit to any customer, you had to check financial statement of the customer very sharply. At the same time, if you are giving this type of credit to an organization, then you have to see balance sheet and profit and loss account to check the capacity of the organization. Third one is the collateral. Collateral means security offered by the customer against the credit. If a customer is able to give you the security against the credit who wants, then it's very easy for you to give you the credit. For example, if you are giving a credit of rupees 50 lakh to a customer, and customer is ready to pledge or to give the collateral against the credit of rupees 50 lakh, then it will be very easy for to give the credit to the customer, because if a customer make a default, then you can sell the collateral of the person and you can collect the fund. Number four is the capital. Capital means the wealth of the customer. If customer is having sufficient wealth, if customer is having good wealth, then it will be easy for you to give him the loan or to give him the credit. If a customer doesn't have sufficient wealth, then it is not easy for you to give him credit. Next one is conditions. Conditions means external conditions surrounding the business that you are analyzing. If conditions are okay, conditions are favorable for the business, it means the probability of earning profit is very high. If probability of earning profit is high, it means it probability of paying the debt is very high. It means there will be no problem to recover the funds from these type of the organization or this type of the person where conditions are favorable. On the other hand, if conditions are adverse, then it's not easy for the organization to collect the funds from these type of the customers or the organizations. Next, collection of information. Collection information means we are collecting these information about character, capacity, collateral. If we are requiring these type of the information about character and capacity, about the capital and about the condition, and whenever we need these type of the information, from where we can collect the information? Number one, bank reference. Most of the time these type of the information we collect by visit bank. With the reference of bank, most of the information is collected. Number two is the credit agency report. Nowadays, number of credit agencies are working everywhere, like Fitch, IBCA. These are different agencies. CIBIL. These are the different credit agencies. These credit agencies make a report on the basis of seeing profit and loss, balance sheet, and other financial statement. For example, uh, a multinational company or a big company want to take loan, and you are a banker, and suppose that this company comes to you, then most of the time you take the help of the credit agency report. If you take the report of CIBIL, what CIBIL do actually? CIBIL do a work that he check the financial statements of different companies, and on the basis he create a report, and on the basis of this report it's very easy for a banker to take a decision about the credit. It means, can we give a credit to a particular firm or not, and how much amount can be granted to a particular organization. So this is This type of decision may be taken quickly by the banker if they take the help of credit agency report. Number three is the published information. Sometimes we have to take the help of the published information as well, because published information is a audited information, and this audited information, on the basis of this audited information, we may guess about the performance of our customer or the prospective person, prospective customer. So published information are the information which is published by firm, different firms, and on the basis of these published information, it is very easy for us to take decision and make a decision about the information granted to this person. Next one is the credit scoring. In this case, the customer may be evaluated through the use of credit scoring, which involve the numerical evaluation of each new customers who receive a score based on his answer to a simple set of questions. In credit scoring, what we do simple, we have number of questions, and on the basis of these questions, we have number of questions, and these questions are asked to a new customer, and on the basis of answer of these questions, we give marks to our customer. And on, when suppose we are asking around 20 questions, and on the basis of the answer of the respondent, he got a total score. Now, if total score is according to minimum requirement of the organization, suppose for example, an organization has created 20 questions for a prospective customer, then a customer is able to achieve 50 marks. Another customer is able to achieve 80 marks. Then suppose the organization has the policy that to get any type of the credit from the organization, a customer should have the minimum score of around 60 marks. So in this case, the customer number one who could earn 50 marks, then he is not eligible to take credit facility from the organization, but the customer who has earned 80 marks is able to take credit facility from the organization. So if you are talking about some questions, suppose it may be depend, we are taking some example. For example, question number one, what is your name? Are you a single or a married? Now suppose organization is giving 1 mark to single and 2 marks to married. Again, are you a resident of this place or you belongs to any other place? It means, is it your native place or your native place is another city, and you are saying it's not my native place, then organization is giving you marks 1. But if you are saying it's your native place, then organization is giving you marks 2. So these are the different criteria. On the same time, suppose organization asks a question, are you working? You are saying yes, I am working. Then in which type of the organization you are working? You are saying I am working in a private company, then you are getting marks 1. You are saying I am working in a public limited company, you are getting marks 2. you are saying I am working within in a government organization, you are getting marks 3. So this is the criteria. On these criteria, we are able to find out the customer which fulfill the requirement of our credit policy. So this is the credit scoring actually. Now, after collection of the information, we have to make analysis. Once all the available credit information about a potential investor has been gathered, it must be analyzed to reach at some conclusion regarding the creditworthiness of the customer. So after collecting the information from different sources, now we are able to judge the customer on the basis of character and the capacity and the capital and the condition. And we are in the position to make a judgment that we should give a credit to this customer or not. Now, next thing is control of receivables. Once the credit has been extended to a customer as per the credit policy, the next important step is control of receivables. In this reference, the effort may be required in two directions. Number one, collection procedure. Number two, monitoring of receivable. So as we have discussed earlier that first part is very crucial. Whenever we have to give the credit to the customer, we have to verify that customer is able to receive credit from the organization or not. Now we have decided on which terms and condition the credit should be extended to the customer. Now, next work is start from here. It may be very easy task to give the credit to the customer, but it's important task, very important task for the organization is to collect the receivable from the customer. If we are giving the credit to right man, but if we are unable to control the receivable, if collection procedure is slow, then we will create a problem for the organization. So once credit has been extended, the next important step is control of receivable. And whenever we have to control the receivables, first of all, we will discuss about the collection procedure. Once a firm decides to extend credit and defines the terms of credit sale, it must develop a policy for dealing with delinquent or slow paying customer. So first of all, important customers are for us the person who are delinquent or the person who are slow paying customer, because we may have some customers who are paying to us without any problem. They are paying you within a stipulated time period, but there are some person who are delinquent and or slow paying, so they need special care from our team. So for what we had to do, the firm should have a built-in system under which the customer may be reminded a few days in advance about the bill becoming due. So these type of slow paying customer require a reminder. So we should have a built-in system that before few days of due, before few days of due date, we should give a reminder. Like nowadays, if we are having a mobile and we are running any prepaid services or the postpaid services, you know very well, before expiry of due date, number of messages starts coming in your inbox that on so much date your plan will expire. And if you are not recharging, then after a certain time you receive a call from the organization that this is the due date, please recharge. And if you are not recharging, then we will your services will be uh, interrupted. And whenever you need these type of services, you have to recharge again. So this is the built-in system by which there is uh, you can say there is no need to wait, but as due date come, then you receive a number of messages about the due date. So after expiry of due date, the firm should make a statement, reminders, phone call, and even personal visit. And if after these type of the reminders, if these slow paying customers are not paying you, then you should make some statement, you should give some another reminders, you should make a phone call. And if it's they are not responding on your phone call, then you may go for personal visit as well. The overall call collection procedure should neither be too lenient nor too strict. It means although you have to make a pressure to your customer, but if your collection procedure is too strict, it means if customer is not paying in time and you are charging any type of the interest, and if you are not behaving in right way, then the adverse consequences you have to face in time in future, because customer will leave your organization. And because of lenient credit policy, you could earn a number of customers, and because of too strict collection procedure, you will lose this customer. So you have to taken care of this thing. Next is monitoring of receivable. Now, some common method to monitor receivables are as follows. Number one, average collection period. It may be found by dividing average receivables by the amount of credit sale per day. The quotient gives an idea as to how many days credit sales are uncollected. So whenever you have to monitor the receivable, first of all, you have to find out average collection period. By calculating average collection period, you are able to judge how many days credit sales are uncollected. And by knowing the fact of uncollected credit sales, you may take appropriate action. Next one is aging schedule. In this method, quality of receivables is measured by looking at the age of receivables. It means older the receivables, the lower is the quality and greater likelihood of default. So it is considered that if receivables are older, then it means quality of receivables is not good. Its quality of the receivables is lower, and the probability of default is very high. So in aging schedule, total outstanding receivables on a particular day are classified into different age group. For example, receivables of a firm may be classified as age less than 30 days are 60%, 31 to 45 are 20%, and 46 to 60 are 10%, and 61 and above are 10%. So in this example, it's clear that the firm is having more than 60% receivables which are having the age of less than 30 period. So you can say 60% receivables are in good condition. But here 31 to 45, it means the receivables who are having the age of 31 to 45 days are 20%. It means if a firm is uh, having 1 crore rupees in the form of receivable, so 60% of 1 crore, it means around 60 lakh are having age of 30 days. Around 20% means around 20 lakh of around 20 lakh is having the age of 31 to 45 days. And if we see 46 to 60 days longer are 10%, it means around 10 lakh rupees is stuck in market because the days are 46 to 60 days older. So these are the older, they need more attention, and we have to make extra effort to collect these type of the fund, because if these funds are older more than 45 days or more than 61 days, then probability of default is high in these cases, and we have to take actions on time. So we have to make aging schedule, and we have to make steps. Now, if we are taking this example, if we have limited resources, suppose limited manpower, then first of all we have to send our manpower to collect the debt who are older. After that we have older means more than 61 days. After that we have to send them to 46 to 60 days, and after that we have to send them to 31 to 45 days, and after that we have to make effort to collect less than 30 days. Lines of credit, it refers to the maximum amount of a particular customer may have as due to the firm at any time. It it tells you the maximum amount which can be granted to a customer as a credit is called line of credit, and normally these line of credit are different for different customer. So if you are giving a credit to a customer of rupees 2 lakh, it may be 20 lakh for another customer. As long as the customer's unpaid balance remain with this maximum limit, account may be routinely handled. So we have to taken care according to maximum limit. Line of credit simply tells you, so for example, a person is able to receive a credit of rupees 20 lakh from your organization, and he is using maximum portion of his facility. It means he's availing the credit of 18 lakh, 90 lakh or 20 lakh. It means he requires a special care. On the other hand, if another customer who is also having line of credit of rupees 20 lakh, but he is taking the facility of rupees 2 lakh only, then there is no need of special care to this type of the account. So it means the customer who is taking maximum advantage of the credit are very crucial for us, and we have to taken care of them. They need special care from our side. And next one is accounting ratio. Those several ratios may be calculated in this regard. Two accounting ratios, receivable turnover ratio and average collection period, must be calculated and should be compared with industry standard. So as you know, whenever we have to check the receivables or quality of receivables, there are number of ratios we can calculate. But here two ratios are very important. Number one is receivable turnover ratio and average collection period. For example, if a receivable turnover for the firm is 6 against the industry average of 8, then there is something to worry. Similarly, if the average collection period is 40 days against the established credit policy of 30 days, it needs attention to simply why we prepare the ratio and why we have to calculate the ratio. Simply we calculate the ratio, we prepare ratio to check the progress of our organization in comparison to other organizations. So these two ratios are very important. For example, if we are calculating receivable turnover and receivable turnover of our firm is 6 and if industry average of 8, then we have to taken care of it. And how taken care of it means? It means in industry, different organizations are not making too much credit sales, but we are making our credit sale and we are having average debtors more in comparison to other organizations. Similarly, if other organizations are able to collect its credit in 30 days and we are requiring 40 days to collect from the debtors, it means we have to focus or we have to change our style and we should work on. So here this chapter is complete.